So I'm going a little off script today, but I'm feeling compelled to share this message. So I really hope that you will watch this till the end. When I started my first business online in June of 2022, it was really eye-opening. Basically, I left a job that I was working 40 hours a week at to work 24/7 for myself. And I know you might not be full-time in your business just yet, but I also know that you're discouraged that it's not working as fast as you want it to work. No matter what you do, what you say, what you post, how many hours you stay on your phone, you're not getting the results that you want as fast as you want. I hear you and I see you. And here is what I want you to know. Not everyone's timeline is the same. So I'm going to tell you 10 things that I wish I would have known before I started my business. These are things that I would not repeat, I would not do again. So save this video because it's worth it. Number 1, I would not scroll more than 15 minutes a day. Now, if you're on multiple platforms, you could do 15 minutes per platform, but that's it. Set a damn timer. You are giving yourself imposter syndrome, and your algorithm is feeding you people that are more successful than you. And it's causing you to feel like you are not on the right track. And while you might need some adjustments in your business to get where you want to get, if you have just started within the last year and you feel like, oh my God, I should be at 6 figures by now, that happens for the very few. And your scrolling is not giving you inspiration. It's doing the opposite for you. Number 2, I would not stay plugged in every single day. Typically where I'm at in my business now, I usually completely unplug on Saturdays. Sundays, I plug back in, I do a little work. I do not work full days on weekends. The entire reason I do this business is for my children. And I let my audience know I am not plugged in 24/7. You will not get a response from me in 5 minutes. Will that deter some people from working with me because they don't feel like I, respond to them quick enough? Maybe, but that's not the person I want to work with. The person I want to work with knows I am a mother first. So like I said, I like to unplug. I always have content in my drafts so that I can quickly, get it posted. I don't sit in my DMs for 10 hours at my daughter's softball tournament. Because if not, what is the point in creating that time freedom? I know it doesn't feel like that right now. If you haven't gotten a sale or you're not making consistent sales, you feel like you need to be plugged in order to get there. But all it's doing is burning you out, and you're going to quit before you ever get where you want to get. Number 3, I would not do this without a content strategy. Having a content strategy means I wake up, I know exactly what's supposed to be posted, and so I'm not wasting hours of time looking for inspiration, trying to get in creative mode. It is totally normal to have days where I wake up, today is one of those days, and I don't feel my best self. I don't feel my most creative self. But I have a content plan and a content strategy, so I'm still able to produce when I'm not at the top of my game. It also leads to less confusion for your audience. If you are not consistent in your messaging and what you're actually saying to your audience, posting 3 videos a day is still not going to do anything. If all 3 videos are speaking to 3 different people with 3 different solutions, you are causing confusion. And if you don't know how to create one, that is the first thing you need to be working on, because you are burning yourself out posting content that is making no result for you. I would jump in my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. I've done tons of trainings in there, and I've actually got something new that is coming in the next 2 weeks, so I would definitely be in there. Number 4, not having automations in your business. When I first got started, I was nervous like you to spend money on a software or to get another program or another app, right? You're like, man, I haven't made any money in my business just yet. And it's frustrating to have to keep putting money out when not bringing money in. But if you are truly thinking like a business owner, there's going to be expenses. If you opened up a bakery tomorrow, you would have rent, you would have a light bill, you would have employees, you would have all of these expenses. It is no different, and you have to start treating this as a business. But lucky for you, the expenses are way lower for what we do. But putting automations in your business like Stand Store, Mini Chat, these are going to give you some of that time freedom back. Now, unfortunately, you cannot do that on TikTok, but on other platforms you can. And I'll give you an example. I've only really been focused on growing on IG for the last 2 to 3 weeks. I've already had over 175 DMs over there, and I haven't had to respond to any of them. Now, of course, if somebody comes in with a personalized message, wants personalized guidance, I can. But all of my DMs are people looking for one of my free resources. And Mini Chat is responding to them. Do you know how many hours that has given me back in my business to continue to create good content for you? Continue to do live trainings, continue to grow my business. And it's $15 a month. Even if your business hasn't made you any money yet, give up 2 Starbucks for the month. Do what you have to do to move the needle forward in your business. Number 5, not having goals. So when I first got started, I had the goal of I just wanted to make around $4,000 a month. That would replace my 9-to-5 income and give me enough to pay for the taxes as a business owner. But I had no idea how I was going to get there. I didn't know how many products I needed to sell. I didn't know what kind of products I needed to create. Matter of fact, at the time I was doing only services. So while I had an idea, I didn't know how to get there. And 60 days into my business, I hired a mentor that helped me lay out that plan. But you can do that on your own. What is your goal? How much are your products or service priced? And how many do you need to sell a month to get to your goal? If you don't know your numbers and you don't know where you're going, you are not going to get there. If you go ask a millionaire business owner right now, they can tell you their customer retention rate, their click-through rate, their drop-off rate. I mean, they know their numbers. You have to know your numbers. And I'm not talking about followers and views and likes. I'm talking about actual business metrics. Your goal, your income, your expenses. You need to know those things. Start showing up as a business owner. Number 6, stop trying to be an influencer and start being a leader. I hate to tell you, but it doesn't matter what type of content you want. What matters is the type of content that your audience wants. If you are stuck in influencer mode where it's all about follow me to see me get to $10,000 a month. This is how my day went. This is what helped me. You've got to start making the content about your audience and why it's important for them to follow your journey. What are they going to get out of it? You need to flip that script quickly if you want to start seeing results. Number 7, not making the content for each platform that you're on. Just taking a TikTok and posting it on IG does not work anymore. And I did a full 1-hour training on my $100,000 repurposing content strategy. You can get it right there in my free Facebook group. It's pinned to the top of the group, but it's not working anymore. Now, if there's platforms you're not focused on growing, sure, do it. You might pick up 1 or 2 people. But if you're really looking at growth, you need to curate the content that works for that platform. That takes extra steps. That takes more knowledge, but that's going to help you get there faster. So make sure you check out that free training because I'm telling you, I pulled the curtains back on my entire strategy. Number 8, not having a unique style. You have to know what makes you unique. When I first got started, I watched a lot of content creators that were having the success that I wanted, and I tried to mimic their body language and what they wore and how they showed up. And it worked a little bit. But times have changed. A lot more people are on the platform now. It's more important than ever to stand out. And it also didn't make me feel good inside. That's not who I am. That's not who I was. I didn't speak that way. You need to find your own unique style that is catchy and relatable to your audience. And if you are just talking like a robot because you are scared to be on camera and you don't know what to say, then you need to create a hell of a lot more content so that you get comfortable. Number 9, not knowing why people should work with you. If I asked you right now, what are the top 10 reasons that someone should work with you? You should be able to rattle those off quickly. This is a confidence boosting exercise, but it's important that you know this because you need to know, again, what makes you unique. But you need to be able to convey that in your messaging, in your content. In the beginning, I had no idea. I was like, I don't know. I'm a hard worker. I got a little experience. I couldn't make you a list. Right now, I could probably give you a list of 100 reasons you should work with me over someone else because I've built that confidence over time. But this is so important, especially if you haven't made a sale in your business yet. Because when you get that DM and someone's asking you about your product or service and they say, how many sales have you made? What's your ROI? And you're like, 0. You just lost that sale. You need to be able to flip that and say, I haven't made a sale yet. However, I am the one you want to work with because XYZ, whether that be that you provide additional support, that you are seeing growth in your account, whatever that is, you have to know why people should work with you. If you wouldn't work with yourself, how can you expect someone else to work with you? And this is the last one, and this is probably the most important one. You don't know who your ideal client is. You have no idea. It's too vague, it's too broad, it's too surface level, and it's not speaking to anyone. And I get it. When I was first starting, I was like, man, I could help anyone. I've got the skills. I could help anyone from 25 to 85. I can help. I'm ready. That got me no result in my business, except burnout from creating a lot of content that went nowhere. You have to do the research. You have to know who your ideal client is. And you have to know that your content speaks to them. And if you made it this far in the video, I have a free resource to help you do that. Go to the top of my profile, click on the IG button, DM me the word checklist on IG, and I'm going to send you a checklist with 7 steps for you to audit your content to make sure that it is speaking to your ideal client so it can start converting to sales. It's going to help you a lot.